It doesn't matter.
Let's talk about Dragon Ball Z because I probably have less to say about it.
Sure.
Just to sort of get it out
Yeah, it
quickly.
was a little update. It wasn't really much.
Yeah, well, it's the first time that, as far as I know anyway, that we've seen like actual extensive gameplay of it at all. So they did gameplay demos at Tokyo Game Show. Game Informer put out a really good one of their like new gameplay today videos going through it. I'll try to link that for everybody. And just talk about like what the game is like, and the idea here is that it follows basically the entire Dragon Ball Z story from Raditz appearing to the end of the Buu saga, apparently. And the game is supposed to be like an open world adventure game where you can fly around as Goku in the environment. You can do side quests. You can battle dinosaurs. There's dinosaurs in Dragon Ball, if you didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then also go through the story of Dragon Ball Z. In the demo that Game Informer showed off, it was up to the first Raditz boss fight. So you're flying around as Goku. Piccolo's with you. You could train against other dinosaurs. They didn't do any like quests or anything like that, but there was like a person who I think like they had a person give them a quest, but they didn't end up doing it. They went to the boss fight after that.
Right.
And then the combat is kind of like Xenoverse in a way, where like when you get down into like a fight, it ends up, and I just sort of mean like the visuals of it, like I don't actually know how like the button like combos and things work, because it's not like a fighting game, but it ends up having like sort of similar action camera happening, in terms of like it's third person. You want to fly at them to do your super move. You're gonna fly off of them to do your super moves, that kind of thing. It'll also, this is kind of funny. I think this is actually kind of out of place in this style of game. But like when Raditz goes to do like his special move at one point, it does like the classic fighting game thing, especially in Dragon Ball games, where it's just like close up of Raditz and he powers up, and then quick animation of him doing his attack, and then it like zooms out for you to be able to like dodge the attack, and fly around and stuff like that. So the game is I think comes out in January 6th,
Yeah.
I think is what I saw. So they still have a couple months to go. I thought this demo looked kind of rough, and I'm still kind of on the fence about this game.
I'll have to watch. I still didn't watch it, so I'm gonna have to watch it now because that what you just kind of told me scared me a little bit. So
Yeah, there's parts of it that I like, and so when I say like again, because I know the Xenoverse thing is probably what scares you, because I know you're not really a fan of those games, right?
The first one, no. The second one got a lot better.
Okay.
I think Naruto did it better anyways, and Shinobi Strikers. No, I do. I really do. I still need to finish that game too. It's really good, but
Right.
uh,
So that's based
yeah.
on. So me saying that is based on like again in the Game Informer demo, whoever had played the demo mentioned that, and then I was like, that makes sense based on the visuals that I'm seeing.
As
But
long as it's not
it could
like
feel totally
Ultimate
different in a real
Tenkaichi,
game.
I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Ultimate Tenkaichi, I could care less. That game was the worst piece of garbage that any anime game has ever put out. I don't care what anybody says.
I didn't play that one, so
Do you remember? It's literally like you press like 3 buttons and then you get thrown into an action sequence where you have to like press a sequence of buttons that like appear on the screen.
oh, okay, yeah, I think I've
and
seen
while the other person's like doing the same thing, but you can't actually really defend it or anything. So like if you're good at the game, you can just get locked into like sequence after sequence after sequence and just get killed from 100 to 0 right off the beginning if you get screwed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's stupid. I absolutely hate that game.
Yeah, I don't think anything like that could happen in this game because of the fact that it is more like a sort of action RPG that happens to have like an anime fighter coat of paint on top of it,
Right.
So I'm hopeful to see more of it. I'm hoping that they are able to polish it up a little bit more between now and January, and it's not a ton of time. They probably have to finish the game, by the beginning of December, basically.
Right.
Time, but it could be interesting. The collector's edition has a really cool, as a lot of anime collector's editions these days seem to have, a really cool like figure that you can get that has Goku and Gohan flying on the Nimbus next to like a dinosaur. So super expensive though, so I probably won't get it. But maybe I will. Maybe I'll convince myself that it's worth it somehow.
Knowing you, maybe.
So I still have my Best Buy Gamers Club for a couple more months, so maybe I'll justify it based on that. So that's coming out in January. I feel like I've been skeptical the entire time, but I like Dragon Ball so much that I really and I like the idea of like a Dragon Ball RPG so much that I just really want this to work out.
Yeah.
So I really hope that it does.
It's a pretty good clip.